Real Madrid take on Atleti on Wednesday, and on Thursday, it is Barcelona taking on Osasuna. We'll see which of the teams book their spot in Sunday's final as we do welcome in Gabriele Marcotti now to talk a little bit more about this first, about the Supercopa. And let's focus with Barcelona if we can, Gab, because this is a competition they've got to be eyeing given the way their season's been playing out so far and how far they are off the top two in La Liga's table.
Look, I think they do because they're right. There's more prestige to it in Spain, especially since they moved to this format. But also, I think it's important for them to put on a good showing because that buys Xavi time. It buys him confidence. In reality, if you look at the league, Girona and Real Madrid are so far ahead, but they're also both on pace to get 96 points, which is a huge points total. So the gap isn't necessarily as big as it might just look on paper, but he needs to get things going. So I think you're right. The Super Cup does become more important for Xavi.
Let's talk about this game for Barcelona. Obviously, we just saw the four teams that are in action, but there are going to be a lot of eyes on them considering what we've been seeing from them so far.
You keep waiting for Barcelona to give us that performance that you say, look, it feels like they're getting better. And every time we watch them play, instead of thinking that they're getting better, we're thinking, they're getting worse. They're getting worse. This is a team that, following the Christmas break, you may have thought, this is just what they needed. A chance to kind of press that reset button, that emotional reset button. Get around people that love you, that care about you. Yes, go back home for Christmas, enjoy yourself, sit back. Put away the pressure, put away the ball for a second, and now come back re-energized. And what do? Struggle against Las Palmas to the point to where they were fortunate to win that game. Okay, here we go. Barbastro, 4th division team. This is a moment where we build some confidence. Again, another frustrating performance. Yet again, more pressure and unnecessary stress. And so you come to and play Osasuna, knowing full well that you're the favorite, that you should beat Osasuna, and that you need this competition simply to feel better about yourself. So that Xavi feels better about himself, so that this club feels better about themselves, so that these players continue to believe and sense that they're indeed in this title race, which right now, they're simply not. It's Girona and Real Madrid. Atletico Madrid and Barcelona are seeing Girona and Real Madrid just create that separation, and Barcelona right now just doesn't have any arguments to back up and say, we're in this. How are you in this if you can't defend? How are you in this if you're not scoring goals consistently? They're in trouble right now.
When you think about this game that they've got coming up as well, Gab, given the fact that Ale's saying they're in trouble right now, we can see the troubles that they have been going through this season. What if it is a poor showing? Will that have repercussions, and will we start hearing more about Xavi's position and whether it's safe at Barcelona?
Oh, I think it definitely will. And then the bad news, as Ali said, Osasuna, they're not a good match. They're not somebody, given the way that they often play, and they're tight at the back and they can frustrate you. This is probably not the type of team you want to be playing right now. I think right now, from the club's perspective, they've committed to Xavi. I don't see them making a change unless suddenly, top four becomes an issue. You don't see them making a change in mid-season. He's got a ton of political capital at the club, understandably so. Obviously, Deco's come in. The relationship with him might be up or down. But I think they will evaluate the situation where they are in the summer. And, if it gets to the point where some senior players are unhappy, but I think there's more. Right now, it feels to me like there's more of a loss of faith in many of the players at the club than there is necessarily in Xavi. I think, given what he's done for the club, I think it would have to be something really disastrous for the club to think that they're going to make a change between now and the end of the season.